Check one, check two, check one, check two. Check one, check two. We will see how this all works out. As usual, everything in life is a test, one way or another. This is going to be called, I think, Talks with Wolfie. And I was originally going to call it Walks with Wolfie, but I wasn't sure that I was going to be walking all the time, so now it's Talks, if that makes any kind of sense. Even though we're out walking and it's late, it's the quiet time, you know. Most everybody is in bed, sleeping. Apologies if the mic picks up the wind. Yep, that's going to be a bit of a waste of a recording if the mic picks up the wind, but got to find a way around that in this windswept town. It's a bit difficult. I might have to cut and chop and edit this all a bit to have it make sense. I might only use parts of this. I might just cut out a section and play that, post that for you, so that you don't have to listen to everything and get bored to tears. I'm down on the harbor front. I've just rounded the. Oh, there's the wind. I just rounded the corner, and you can hear the wind whipping through the masts of the boats, and it's going to make it difficult to record the audio. I'm going to walk backwards up the road now in order to try to record this. I hope that when I get around the corner it'll be slightly less windy, but doing this in the wrong place. You should stay in your flat, stay inside, stay safe, and do this. Well, this is you all need to have exercise, right? I think doing this at night as well. The weather tends to be rougher at this time of the evening, so we'll see how it goes. Also, I'm testing out thoughts and ideas, philosophies, opinions. Oh my god, I don't know if you can hear that. The wind is just whipping through the mast. I see flags waving and rippling, and there's a big and I'm sure the mic's picking that up. So when I get back home, I'll stick it into the computer and see if any of this is audible at all. Well, I'm back onto a side street on one part of the harbor, and it's no less windy here. Gonna need definitely a better microphone with some kind of audio protection, wind protection on it, so it's not picking up everything. I've got stuff at home. I've just picked up the wrong mic today, so that's life. So, Talks with Wolfie. What's this about? This is about. It's about me and Wolfie. Wolfie is the other half of me. Wolfie is the other side of me. Wolfie is always with me. Let's just say that. Is that cryptic enough for you? There are a couple of people out there who will know exactly who Wolfie is. But only a couple. It's funny how situations in life flip and change and twist and turn. Have you scrambling sometimes, wondering, how did I get here? How did this happen? What's going on? As they say. And usually if I go out for a walk, I hop down and pop my head over the harbour wall, see what the sea is like. I'm gonna just keep going today because the wind, and thankful it's not raining and snowing because I was driving earlier today. And, whoa, big wind. I was driving earlier. Walk back. I was driving earlier today and the wind. Whoa! Hold on, got a big hood that I just put up. Nope, the hood's getting caught in the wind as well. Oh well. If this is unusable, at least I tried. Gotta know better next time. For sure, gotta know better next time. Anyway, Wolfie's kind of like my conscience, I suppose. Everything that is important, everything that is beautiful. I'm starting to think now that this walk would be much better done around the streets up the centre of the town than down by the sea, but I guess this is where the air is. It's where the breeze is, and so there we go. Whoa, it's the wind again. It's the big wind. Oh my god. It's the big wind. Walking backwards. So I guess it is what it is. I'm trying to block the wind from the mic a little bit by putting my hand over here. Maybe that'll work a little bit. Wolfie's a better part of me. It's a part of me that I need to talk to. You ever talk to yourself? You ever converse with yourself? You ever ask yourself, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What did I come here for? I think I should go. You ever ask yourself that stuff? I think a lot of people do. A lot of people don't admit it, but they do. Everyone's got these conversations going on inside of themselves about what is the right thing to do. Some people are gonna go, oh, he's having conversations with himself. He's completely crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, to be honest, I think we all need to talk to ourselves a little bit. Not all the time, but yeah, ask yourself, am I okay? Am I alright? Am I on the right path? Am I on the right road? Am I doing the right thing? You need to ask, you need to check in with other people as well, but you also need to check in with yourself. On a regular basis, check in with yourself. Make sure things are okay. Okay, I'm turning off the side street, moving away from the sea, and hopefully it'll be a bit more easy here. So, no, still very windy. Okay. So anyway, Anyway, it's necessary, I think. Check yourself, just like check yourself, check your head, right? Like you would check yourself before you go out, you know, look in the mirror, make sure you look smart, you know, not too many creases. Oh, which way to go? Very windy down here. So yeah, not too many creases. Get your hair straight, parted nice, whatever. You know, colors match. You check yourself before you go out. You gotta check your head as well. You gotta have some point of reference. You gotta have some anchor. What happens if a ship doesn't have an anchor, right? If a ship doesn't have an anchor, it's gonna drift. It's gonna get blown away, really. So you gotta have anchors in your life to keep you in place. And there might be a lot of analogies about water and boats and ships and stormy weather out here. Up north it's always blowing a gale. Seriously. Why do people even try to do skiing? Spend half the time trying not to get blown off a mountain up here. Anyway, it's good for windsurfing, that's for sure. But only if you want to go fast. So there's no plan to this as yet. Everything in life is some kind of experiment where we don't know all of what everything is going to happen. Is that even a grammatically correct sentence? I don't know. Right. The wind died down? It has a little bit, but I can see there's some trees and some gardens up there, and they're kind of swaying to one side. I remember I did random audios before. Generally, I think it started in my car when I used to drive from a little village on the edge of the mountains, national park, into a local town to run the school that I started out in Slovakia. Beautiful country, hard culture to live within, but definitely not the hardest. And sometimes it just toughens you up to make you realize that you need to man up a little bit, improve a few things in your life. So it also makes you realize that different countries, different cultures, there's a million ways to live your life, not just one. Which kind of cuts from the other side as well when you say there's only one way of life, and that's your own. Everyone's different, so how the hell we managed to get on together is beyond me. But we do, because we have to. Because we're on a water-based planet spinning through the universe around a giant fiery sun. And although lots of people would like to have you believe everything is under control, it's not. Because any person you talk to at all will tell you that not everything is under control within themselves. And if they do, it's you might find a rare person here and there who's confident, perhaps overconfident about certain things. yet. Oh, big winds! Big winds! Big winds! Big winds! So, we're talking about confidence. Yeah, some people are overconfident about certain things, but whatever. Most people realize that there's some variable within everything. Funny how life is, funny how love is. And I'm just looking at one through the streets here, looking at the building, the architecture, the shapes. It's really beautiful. We got one building here, it's got this kind of castle-like edges to it, and we've got these big bay windows, and yeah. So obviously this was a planned town at one point in time. You ever wonder where things came from? Like, who planned it? Why was it planned? What was the purpose of the place? I mean, the world has changed much more than we realize over hundreds of years. Originally, the next town inland was a port. Still got a port in the name of some of the streets there. People used to travel down channels, canals, to get from place to place. It used to be really marshy. So the marsh got drained, and towns grew up. Lifestyles changed. Going up the hill now, so you can hear me breathing a bit. That's probably why. And the wind, because we're reaching an exposed part of this long street here, so whatever. But interest in the nature of the planning of everything. The planned towns, the placement of where everyone would be and where everyone would live. And I think originally there were 5 small towns here that eventually grew into one big one. Fishing industries were here. Tell you a crazy story, like it was Christmas Day. It's over 100 years ago, I think, here. The fishing boats went out to do fishing on Christmas Day. It's a giant storm. Only 2 men survived. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Some of these houses here, huge on the inside. They got those ceilings that are, you could stand on your own head and still not touch the ceiling. It's fantastic. Great examples of differences in architecture. Neatly cut hedges, very little out of place. Oh, we're coming up to an exposed place now. Right. You can probably hear it's cold as well. And my nose has started to run, but whatever. It's nearing the end of January, and there's people still with their Christmas lights up. I guess they're going to leave them there for whatever reason. Chinese New Year, Halloween, whatever. They'll do that. Most of the lights and most of the buildings are off. I imagine that people are sleeping, doing their own thing, or getting ready for bed, or putting the kids to bed, or I don't know what people do in the evening. What do they do in their homes? Sit and watch the news, maybe? Read a book? Maybe. I don't know, maybe they'll be all creative. Creativity. That's a core element of the human experience, isn't it? I think we're all creative in far many more ways than we realize. Whoa, big wind. And maybe if I wore a giant helmet and put this mic inside a helmet, it would work. But then I would look silly walking around the streets with a giant helmet. But then the way the world is right now, probably would fit in quite neatly. Anyhow, the entrance to the school. Passing a school. Entrance to the school. Well, there's two pyramids with two pictures of suns like eyes in the middle of the pyramids. That is, that's interesting. That must just be a coincidence. The seen and the unseen remains everywhere. For sure, for sure. So creativity, right? Where would we be without creativity? Really, where would we be? I think from the moment we wake up, we're far more creative than we realize. In the choices that we make in our day, it's creativity that makes the human human, right? Our ability to apply creativity to the life around about us in an intelligent or wise way is part of what makes us consciously different or better, I suppose. How's it going, Wolfie? You alright? I just rounded a corner off a street and I should be out of the wind for a little bit. So, that's kind of cool. Like, once again, I don't know if this is going to record okay. I might take a regular sort of evening stroll because the air, because the stars, because keep moving, right? The stagnant is potentially dead. We have to keep moving. And yet at the same time, yin and yang balances, right? Gotta have a rest every now and then. People tell you keep moving, but what about when you find something that you like? Should you keep moving away from it? Well, I don't know. I don't know if Wolfie knows. Nothing but challenges. Nothing but challenges for the wolf. Right? Forever hunting, seeking warmth, the unknown, protecting the children from predators and such like. You ever wonder about the majesty of the organization of everything? You probably don't, right? Maybe you do. Maybe you think a lot. Maybe you philosophize. Maybe you write things down. Maybe you record them. I don't know. But the majesty of it all, how everything in the universe connects together, how all the different elements find their place, their space. And then there's us, the humans, the people of the land. It's interesting, isn't it? The people of the land. I guess I guess that's a warning to us to keep our feet on the ground. Otherwise, we're gonna fall out of the sky. Yeah. And you know those stories about the fallen ones, the fallen angels, right? I guess they're not the people of the land. You ever wonder about the mysteries of the world? You ever wonder about the unknowns and the unknown unknowns? I was thinking about technology and how everything in technology seems to roll out so smoothly from one piece of technology to the next, to the next, to the next. Sometimes there are hiccups here and there. You gotta wonder if there's not some kind of plan behind all of that. Well, maybe there is, maybe there isn't, maybe it's all natural. But then what's natural, right? What's natural? We live in a world of we live in a world of the unnatural, right? I think the artificial, the technological. You ever realize that everything technical is just a copy of everything that's biological, but the technical stuff can't compete with the biological stuff? Does that make sense? Right, I mean, everything technical always needs more energy, it needs to be recharged, but in biology there seems to be a natural energy that connects the people and the things together. Isn't that right, Wolfie? Yeah, there's something out there connecting everyone. You can feel it sometimes. If you center yourself, you can feel it, right? You know. You know when you have that connection with someone. You know. And when that connection is broken, you know, right? So many things far beyond our ability yet to understand. The answers will belong in the future generations who will connect together and sail off into the stars, having their own wild adventures. Perhaps looking back on this time and us as being the primitive ones as they evolve into the new human race. Maybe, maybe if we get that far, if we uh, if we manage. I wonder if this is going to pick up my as I walk and stuff as well. So I might just have to throw all this audio away, which is really sad. But it's life, right? It's life. There's a lot of moments that get lost. There's a lot of things that we should be able to capture that we don't. You ever think about human history? You ever think about the like before things could really be recorded? I mean, you could write things down. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. You could draw stuff, but it definitely wasn't the simplicity that we have now, where you could get out a phone and snap pictures and record videos and realize how special the moments are, and then have those pictures and images to jog the memory, right? Jog the memory. Because we forget stuff as people, don't we? We forget stuff. We lose stuff and we forget stuff. Forget the rules, forget the lessons. We lose our way sometimes. And then we need redirection and correction. And here we are, back on the street, back home, almost home. It's a funny word, isn't it? Home. What does home mean to you? We'll leave you with that thought today. What does home mean to you? Back in the doorway. Where is home? Oops. Somewhere here? Somewhere near? So this is the experiment. Talks with Wolfie. I love Wolfie. That's all you need to know, really. Over and out.